Okay, for our first experiment, we are going to construct beds for the three little bears. And we are going to add some weight to the bears and a Goldilocks to test out the beds. I used just limited amount of materials to construct the beds. I used index cards, craft sticks, straws, paper towel tubes, and painter's tape. To add weight to the bears and Goldilocks, I'm going to use some coins and I'll tape them on their backs. For Papa Bear's bed, you can see I used craft sticks that I taped together with painter's tape. Then I made the index cards into little tubes to serve as the feet of the bed. For Mama Bear's bed, I used an index card with paper towel tubes, and I made a little cut in each of the tubes, and there's Mama Bear's bed. For Baby Bear's bed, I used a chenille stem through an index card, and to strengthen the legs, I used some straws, and I did use painter's tape just to make it a little bit more secure. So there's Baby Bear's bed. Okay, stay tuned. We're going to add some weight to our characters to see how the beds hold up. Okay, so I used the same amount of quarters for each of the bears, and that is 6 quarters each. Do you know how much money that is? If you said $1.50, you are correct. So now we're going to test to see if the beds will hold the bears with the little bit of weight on their back. Papa Bear's bed held. Let's see if Mama Bear's bed will hold. Mama Bear's bed holds up. And finally, Baby Bear's bed. Ooh, whoa, Baby Bear's bed did not hold up with the quarters. As you can see, just like in the Three Bears story, the three bears go out for a walk in the forest while their porridge cools down, and a little visitor comes to visit their house. She's really tired, so she wants to try out the three bears' beds. First, she's going to try out Papa Bear's bed. You can see his bed's really high off the ground. It's really too big for Goldilocks. It's not really sturdy either. Then she's going to try out Baby Bear's bed. Let me see if she can. Baby Bear's bed seems to be a little bit better, not so high off the ground. Let's see if she tried Mama Bear's bed. I think Mama Bear's bed is just right. Let's add some weight to Goldilocks and test the beds again. Since Goldilocks is lighter than the three bears, I added 2 more quarters. So if you remember, the bears each had 6 quarters taped to them. So now Goldilocks has 8 quarters. Do you know how much 8 quarters is? If you said $2, you're right. So what we're going to do is we're going to try each of the beds with Goldilocks with the weight on her back. Whoa, there's Papa Bear's bed. It stayed up. Let's try Mama Bear's bed. Remember, she liked that one the best the last time when she didn't have any quarters on her back. There's Mama Bear's bed. And last but not least, do you think Baby Bear's bed is going to be able to stand up to the weight of Goldilocks? Let's see. Oh no, it wasn't. So in our take-home packets the first week, I am going to give you a number of these materials, and I want you to see if you can make a bed for the 3 little bears. You can just make one bed. And if you would take a picture of it and upload it to our Facebook page right on this program's post, we can see the kind of beds that you made. Stay tuned for our next experiment. Okay, our next experiment is building houses for the 3 little pigs. We're going to build one from straw, but I'm going to use straws. One from sticks, and I'm going to use toothpicks and some marshmallows, and bricks. I'm going to use some sugar cubes. Okay, so after we construct the houses, we're going to test them with the huffing and the puffing of the big bad wolf. You can see I have a wolf attached to our fan. So stay tuned. Okay, the first house we're going to make is a house made of straw, but we're going to use straws. So here we go. Okay, so there's the little piggy in his house of straws. But look, it's the big bad wolf. Let's see if our house of straws can stay standing with the huffing and the puffing of the big bad wolf. No. Okay, stay tuned for our house of sticks. Okay, so now you can see I made our house of sticks for our little piggy. Piggy likes a modern design with lots of windows. And look who's back. The big bad wolf. Let's see if little piggy's house of sticks can withstand the huffing and the puffing of the big bad wolf. Yes, it is. Okay, let's try our house of bricks. Okay, so far we've made a house of straws, a house of sticks, and now we're going to make our house of bricks. For the bricks, I'm using sugar cubes. Stay tuned. Okay, here we go. Let's see if our house of bricks can stand the huffing and puffing of the big bad wolf. Oh, it didn't. Okay. So we made 3 houses for little piggy, and the one that I thought would stay up, the house of bricks, fell, just like the house of straws, and the house of sticks stayed up. So think of some things that you can use from your house to make a house for piggy, and try an experiment, maybe with a fan. Stay tuned. Our next experiment is Humpty Dumpty. In front of me, I have 4 hard-boiled eggs, and I have 4 different bags. We're going to put one of the eggs in one of the different bags. Then we're going to drop the bags to the floor to see how those different materials protect our eggs. So we want to make sure that they do not crack. I have a piece of foam in the first bag. I have marbles in the second. I have 4 pieces of tissue paper folded up to fit inside the bag in the third bag. And I have a bag full of bubble wrap in the 4th bag. So stay tuned for our experiment. Okay, so we're going to put the first egg into the foam bag. The bag that has the piece of foam in it. Okay, are you ready? You can help me by counting at home. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Uh-oh. The weight of the bag, or the egg, pulled it down so it landed on the egg. And the egg cracked even with the foam. Okay, our next bag is full of glass marbles. There's 51 marbles inside this bag. And here's our Humpty Dumpty. Put him inside the bag on top of the marbles. And you can help me by counting at home. We'll count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see, I think it cracked. Oh, Humpty Dumpty did. Okay. So far, 2 cracked eggs. We have 2 left. Our next bag is tissue paper. So I'll place Humpty Dumpty inside the tissue paper. Seal the bag up. And you can count at home. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No cracks. So the tissue paper was a success. Okay, we have 1 egg left, and I have a bag of bubble wrap. So we'll put Humpty Dumpty inside the bubble wrap. Seal the bag up. Counting at home, counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No cracks, thanks to the bubble wrap. So this is an experiment maybe you can try at your house. If you can have your mom or dad hard boil some eggs, and you can try some different materials that I didn't try. Stay tuned for the next experiment. Okay, our next experiment involves the 3 billy goats' gruff. The billy goats wanted to cross over a bridge in their story, but the troll who lived underneath the bridge gave them trouble each time they did. So we're going to see if some billy goats can float in water. But I don't have little billy goats, I only have little sheep. So you'll have to use your imagination. We'll just pretend that these are billy goats. I'm going to try 3 different things. I have some cork and some popsicle sticks. So we'll use that as 1 to see if they'll float. I have a piece of construction paper. And finally, I have a sponge, and I'll show you something special about the sponge. You can see it's flat. Well, when you put this in water, let's see, it grows. We'll just wring it out. And we'll try the corks with the popsicle sticks. See, the corks can float. Okay, so it's in position. You can see it's floating in the water. And now I'm going to place one of my little goats on top to see what happens. Uh-oh. It sunk. The weight of the little animal, when I put it on the craft sticks, and this is just the craft sticks alone, caused the craft sticks to sink. Maybe if I glue on the corks on some craft sticks, we'll try that too. Stay tuned. Okay, next we'll try a piece of construction paper. I'll set it in the water. And I have our little goat. No, it didn't stay afloat. The weight of the little goat caused it to sink. Stay tuned. Okay, finally, we'll try our sponge. It's floating. I'll add. It's too heavy. Let's see if I can fix it so she stands up. No. How about if she lays down? It still causes the sponge to sink. I altered my experiment a little bit. I took some craft sticks and I glued some corks onto them. I'm going to put them in the water and you can see that it floats. I'm going to add one of the smaller little sheep and you can see it stays above water with the cork glued onto the craft sticks. Let me try the bigger sheep that I have. It was heavier and it made the craft sticks go underwater and start to sink. Let me try it one more time. Same result. So I hope you enjoyed our fairy tale STEM program and look forward to another take-home craft activity at the library next week. Have a good weekend.